Let me get my dice roller up.
Yeah, go for it. Get those dice, friends. Hi there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Dungeons and Madmen. It's been a bit of a hiatus because we had tests to take and diplomas to get, but now we're back. We're back and better than ever, and we're gonna keep it rolling for the summer. I don't know, however long we feel like doing this, but a couple like changes scheduling wise. I think instead of uploading these on Fridays, they will now be uploaded on Wednesdays, maybe Thursdays. By the time this episode comes out, we will have decided on a date, and it'll probably be on the Sweaty Tooth Instagram. So check there. But now we're gonna play Dungeons and Dragons because that's what we do here.
Queen.
Okay, so last time we played, you guys killed a bunch of bug people.
Yeah,
and,
we did.
Unlocked the gate to the city, and now you're in the city. And there's been a little bit of a time skip, like a tiny bit. Since last episode, you guys have kind of explored the city. You've gone through the shops, and in that time, you've lost Belinda. She's just
Oh man, that's a bummer.
In the crowded shops. You just kind of lost her, and honestly, it feels like weeks since you've seen or heard from her. Honestly,
dang.
But in reality, it's only been a couple, like an hour maybe. But she's nowhere to be found.
Do we miss her?
Yeah, you kind of realize she was like not the best guide.
Okay.
But she was a great person.
That's fair.
Either way, you're in the city now. So you walk through the shops. What do you guys buy anything in the shops? There's every kind of shop you could imagine. What do you guys buy?
Oh my gosh.
I go to the gas station.
You go to the gas station.
Yeah.
Jesse, what do they use gas for in this fantasy world?
I go to the magic gas station, whatever.
Perfect. That's better. That's better. That's
so
what I
much
like
better.
to hear, okay? I'm just trying to keep this lore friendly.
Do I have a coin?
I think you guys have some spending money. You're not like, your pockets aren't freaking heavy with coins, but you can buy some things.
How much coin will it cost to get a strawberry Nesquik?
A strawberry Nesquik?
Yeah.
You can get a strawberry. You have enough to get a strawberry Nesquik.
I have enough coin?
You have enough coin.
I have enough bit?
You got enough Bitcoin. You can get a
enough.
strawberry Nesquik. Is that the only thing you're purchasing in this?
You know what? I'll play it safe. I don't need it.
Okay, so you're leaving the strawberry Nesquik.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Okay, you're a conservative spender. I get it. Everyone else, what have you guys been doing in the shops?
I'd like to go to the hobby store, please.
Tell me what's in the hobby store, Josiah.
Like kind of like games where they have like board games and card games, and maybe some sewing supplies. Not that I need both of those things, but maybe like sewing supplies and board games.
Okay. What specifically did you get?
I bought 6 D4s, which are those pyramid-shaped die, and a bunch of string. And I kind of set about trying to just tie sharpened D4s onto the top of my big stick.
Like a flail type
Like
of
a
thing?
flail, but it's cool because it's made out of
dice. Plastic dice.
Yes. Magic.
I'll allow it. That's fine with me.
Yes.
Melody, what did you do? What did you do while you were hitting up the town?
Lamb Chop has been really struggling navigating this town because she's blind.
Yeah.
So she's been running into walls. So I've been corralling her around a little bit. But she stumbled into a convenience trading post in this town where I finagled a couple items via stealing.
bag will be a
Okay,
stealing.
if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna have you roll a d20 to see if you were successful.
Okay, wait. Can I say the items before
Yes.
I roll?
Yes.
Okay. I have stolen 3 items.
Okay.
1, a bag of flaming hot Cheetos.
Great.
2, a gun.
Wow.
Okay.
A magic gun?
A magic gun.
No, it's a gun.
It's
It's
a
a
muggle
Glock.
gun.
AK-47.
Oh man, Gabs, what kind of gun is this? Because I might.
It's like a BB gun-esque, one that you can buy, but the BB stands for bolstering
Bullets.
bullet.
Okay. I'm letting the hot Cheetos slide because I really love hot Cheetos. Can I propose that you try to steal a mini crossbow
Oh, okay, that's perfect.
instead
All
of a
right,
gun?
so I swipe a bag of flaming hot Cheetos, a mini crossbow,
Okay.
and a kilt.
Great.
For lamb chop, of course.
Yeah.
Are these all in one store?
It's a convenience store.
It's a
Jesse.
really
That
great
is
store.
pretty convenient.
Yeah, it's very convenient. They have everything you could ever possibly want.
Wait, I just rolled a 19.
You freaking you walk in the store and the person behind the register goes, "Hi, welcome to Fantasy Costco. Welcome. Please just take a look around the store and don't steal anything, please." And you walk out of there and the person thinks you're an angel. They haven't noticed you take anything. So you freaking dash out of there with all these stolen items. Surprisingly, you got them all. And the Fantasy Costco employee is none the wiser. So after this little jaunt of theft and weapon making, you guys stumble into the town square. It's kind of like the main part of town. And in the center of the square, there's a fountain. It's like a nice, very fancy fountain. It's brick roads, just kind of like cobblestone brick roads. It's very nice. It's like old-timey nice. You get the sense that this is like a nice little town. And you see a couple of buildings. It's like the road in the city square is like a circle, and around the circle is all these buildings. And the buildings you can see are a jail. It's just a building that says jail on it. And that's like the most run down building out of them all. You can see like all the other buildings have like a pretty fresh coat of polish on it, but the jail is not looking too hot. And then next to the jail, there is a saloon. You see like a nice old saloon. You can see people coming in and out, having a merry old time. You can like faintly hear music coming from inside the saloon. It has those like double door Western style where you just push them open and I don't know. It's a saloon. Picture a saloon, it's that. And then next to the saloon, you see a laundromat.
Of course.
A place where you can wash your clothes. That's what a laundromat is. Next to the laundromat, you see like this giant, fancy, like opulent building. And the building reads the Golden Sturgeon.
Perfect.
Kind of gather, you see like a menu outside, you see like a dude in a tux standing outside like greeting people that are walking in. You kind of gather that this is like a really fancy restaurant. Next to the Golden Sturgeon, you see a bank. It's a very nice looking bank. There's like nice marble columns. It looks really fancy. Like high profile people store their money here. You can gather. And next to that, you see like a temporary kind of tent. It's like a big circus tent. And you can read a sign on the tent that says, tonight's showing, Romeo and Juliet. And
yes.
You can gather that this is a theater, like a live theater where people perform. And those are all the buildings you see in this town square.
Wait, live Romeo and Juliet?
Yes.
Oh.
It's not the movie.
Oh.
That movie does not exist in this canon. It is a show called Romeo and Juliet, and
I'm so excited.
Live.
So these buildings are in a circle around this this fountain area.
Yeah, kind of like a half circle at the end of the street with like the fountain in the center.
So the jail. So the jail is in the center of town, and on the same street as the bank.
Yes.
Convenient.
It's easy transport. When someone robs the bank, you take them right to the jail. It's 3 buildings over.
Love that.
Well, the plans are, of course, hatched in the saloon, so it's like the triple threat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they keep a close eye. They got their ear to the ground in the Goftenmeyer. Thank you very much.
Wow.
And I told this to you guys, but I haven't really said this in the recording yet. This is kind of an open-ended thing where I'm not going to guide you very much. I'm just going to drop you in and you tell me what you do and I describe what happens. So it's pretty open-ended. So, you're in. Do whatever you want. Go wherever you want.
Global glares at the sign reading Romeo and Juliet and is deeply hurt and offended by the fact that his culture is being appropriated in this way, given that he is, in fact, a gnome. But at the same time, he's conflicted because he's intrigued and might want to see how the show represents his culture.
Mm-hmm.
Melody is starving. She suggests to the boys that they should go to the Golden Stygian and try to gather some information about what's going on in this town. Because
Global says, "What's a Golden Stygian?" And then
Got him.
Fives.
You got her.
Oh, you killed Global.
Some people walking by you give you high fives as they hurt.
Woo!
Roll to see how well you high five.
yeah.
So simply, I'm like, she sells everyone down. Wait a moment, guys. Before we eat, before we see cultural appropriation in action, we're here for a reason. And I don't remember what that was. So I second the eating thing.
I'm sure that'll help our memory kick in.
Food is life.
Okay, you guys go into the Golden Sturgeon?
We go into the Golden Sturgeon.
Great.
Yes.
Okay, you guys walk into the Golden Sturgeon, and there is a massive indoor fountain inside the Golden Sturgeon.
No.
The fountain outside look like freaking crap. It just completely overshadows that outside. It's like next level fountain. It's like there's like 6 angels just peeing, like peeing water into a reflecting pool, and it's beautiful. And next to that fountain, there is a podium where a man is standing, and he's kind of eyeing you guys suspiciously as you walk in. And you guys can kind of gather that he's the host of the restaurant and who you kind of need to talk to be like seated.
Can I get table?
For 3.
For 6. We got pets.
We got pets. Blim Blam in the fountain.
You take pets?
Does he need to dry off?
Excuse me. No pets allowed, first of all.
Frick.
Second of all, do any of you have a reservation?
About
Yes.
racism?
Yes. Melody says yes. She tries to guess a random name off of the reservation list. Can I roll to see how successful my guess is?
Yes, you absolutely can. Say the name
Guess a
first,
name?
please.
Smith?
If that. Okay, roll, please. Plus charm.
I got a 20. I'm not even kidding. And
What is with your rolls?
Okay.
Dude.
He goes, Smith, you said? Smith, party of 3? Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not realize. I'm so sorry. Right this way, Mrs. and Mr. and grandchild Smith. Please, come follow me, please. We have a table saved precisely for you. And he sits you down at like this really, really nice table. These waiters immediately approach you, and they're taking order, and they're seeing what you want. And what do you guys want?
I want Boom Blam.
I'm sorry, what was that, sir?
My dragon was in your fountain, and now I don't know where they went.
Sir, I'm afraid that dragons are not allowed in the fountain, and
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. We are the Smiths.
Yes, madam.
We are the Smiths.
We're Smiths.
And we will take our business elsewhere if the dragon can no longer swim in that fountain.
No. I'm sure I meant no offense to the Smiths, of course. I'm very sorry. Of course, the dragon can swim in the fountain. Of course, I'm very sorry for the disturbance here. Can I
stand on my chair and summon the host?
The host walks up. He goes, yes, sir.
I question him. I say, sir, do you realize that we are part of the illustrious Smith family?
No, yes, sir, yes.
Does this mouth-breathing oaf speak for you? You hire such scum to wait your tables?
The host looks kind of perturbed for a second. And he goes, Jarvis, come over here. And the waiter comes over, and he goes, I need you to apologize to the Smiths for your transgressions right now. And Jarvis looks horrified. He goes, I meant no offense. Of course, if I had known that you guys were the real Smiths, that you guys are the genuine.
I pound the table. The real Smiths. Who else would we be?
I don't know. I meant no offense against her. And the host looks ashamed, and he goes, Jarvis, leave now. You're making him get out of my.
Smith wants to high five Jarvis for his service.
He doesn't even react. He can't. He's so ashamed that he just cowers up and walks by you, and you just hit him in the side of the head with your hand.
I throw 2 coins after him for his troubles.
They hit his back and clang to the ground.
How crowded is the restaurant right now?
It's really crowded.
Okay. Melody, amongst this chaos, tries to eavesdrop on the table next to her. Can I roll to see how successful that eavesdrop is?
Yeah. Roll D20 plus wisdom.
Okay, I got a 16 and my wisdom's +2.
Okay. Yeah. You can hear it's everyone in there is the poshest, most stuck up people you've ever seen or heard. And the way they speak, it's half of what they say is just oh. That's all they say. And you can hear one Marjorie, did you hear about that foolish sheriff in the jail? And the other person at the table goes, no, Jeffrey, yes, I did. He sang he heard strange sounds in the night. Our sheriff, I'm afraid, has gone quite insane, quite mad. We should have him thrown out of office. And then the other guy goes, I'm not sure if that's how sheriff positions work, but we'll do it anyway. And he's laughing so hard
a lot for such political talk.
he wipes his tear with just $100 bill. A gold balloon. He just wipes his tear off with that.
Flim Flam starts just towards global recess to try to fit in.
You sound horribly out of place. Everyone kind of looks at you. Yeah, you sound like a warthog. Everyone's like, what?
We are the Smiths. We do what we want.
That's pretty much all you can hear before they just revert back to and it's kind of indistinguishable. You don't understand anything that they're saying. And the host comes back with another waiter, and he goes,
how's this one look?
The waiter?
Yeah.
He's a different waiter. He looks like the most spick and span person you have ever seen in your life. And he is like standing up completely straight. His hair is like perfectly gelled back. He has like a little like pencil mustache that like twirls up at the ends. He looks like he will serve you the best meal you've ever eaten in your life.
Specials, please.
The guy with the waiter with the mustache goes, yes, and then the host goes, allow me to translate for him. So what he's saying is that we have gourmet crab cakes, and then the waiter goes, yes, we have lightly roasted griffin breast. Yes, we have. I'm sorry. One more time. Could you? Yes. Oh, yes. We have a spinach casserole, cooked to perfection. Yes. 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 And we have a lovely Chardonnay.
I'll have the griffin boob.
Griffin breast.
The tit.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Those griffin noms.
I'll take the crab cakes.
Those griffin ooga loogas.
How very PC of you, Mr. Smith.
Oh, wait.
And he goes, yes, of course, anything you desire. And crab cakes for the lady, yes.
Sometimes a little standoffish because it's very clear that the waiter is hitting on him. So, he doesn't want to move things too fast. So, sometimes just glares the waiter in the eyes. Sitting up a little taller. Says all of them.
I'm sorry.
All of them.
I
puff out my chest a little.
All of the specials?
All of them. Oh.
And you kind of like, you catch the chef off guard a little bit. Like, all of them. Like, you can see him like have this like conundrum. He's like, no one's ever asked for all of them before. But then he kind of like snaps back into reality. Oh, there goes gravity. And then he goes, yes. And then he scuttles off to prepare your order. And the host goes, it shall be done. And he runs off after the waiter. And then you guys are just there waiting for your food. And they kind of like bring you like different drinks and like appetizers, salads, and like lovely pre-meal like hors d'oeuvres and stuff like that. You're getting genuinely a 5-star treatment here.
Dang. That's hot.
And then after a little while of waiting, they bring out your food, and it is so much food. It is like they had to bring over like 2 other tables to fit all this food, and you see every single type of food imaginable, and it all looks amazing. And so you guys just have this feast in front of you.
Well, I have a feast. They have a single dish each. Just to clarify.
They can't even there's so much food that they had to put it in front of freaking Global and Melody too, because there's no space.
Fine.
So it's all over the table.
Okay.
And you guys feast. And what do you guys think of it?
All right.
I like.
First time I've eaten without my herbs in like.
Oh, okay. And then you guys eat this food as much as you can, and you are the fullest you have ever been in your lives. And then the host comes back, and he goes, I do sincerely hope you enjoyed your meal. Did we live up to the Golden Sturgeon standards?
Of course, yes, it was great. You can charge it to the room.
A hotel?
There, I'm not sure what you mean.
I give him a cold side-eyed stare, a little nod, and say, "You know what she means."
No,
We stand up.
no, I'm not.
I start walking out.
Hold on.
Two
Shake
coins
his
out.
hand and thank him as they walk away.
He goes, wait, no. Hold on,
Melody, come along.
Hold on just a minute. You
Throw
guys,
another 2 coins at him.
you guys are gonna have to roll charm or something. You can't just do this.
Oh, come on.
If you're gonna dine and dash from this 5-star restaurant with people packed into it,
I
you're
get
gonna-
a,
Can we combine our charm?
I get a bonus for charm because he's
Who
definitely
rolls?
into
Who
me.
rolls?
What do we roll for a charm?
let me think here. I think you all just gotta roll plus charm.
Okay.
We have charm?
Yeah.
Charisma?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
of
charisma,
course.
sorry.
Yes, I got a 15, but I have a -1, so I got a 14.
Okay.
Your boy got a 20.
No freaking way.
So that's a 19.
No freaking way.
No, he got a 19.
Why
'cause
was it?
I
No,
got
a
a
20 trumps the add or subtract.
Yeah, it does. Okay, wait. Let me
I got
go.
a
14 plus 20.
What'd you get, Jesse?
I got a nat 4.
Not 4.
But you get added 4, right?
It is +4 charisma because all my other stats are garbage. So I got an 8.
It does make sense though, guys. The waiter is infatuated with me.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, you guys like
Why are my rolls so bad?
you see it almost work. You see it like flash in his eyes. He's like, "Wait, they're the Smiths. I should probably just let them go." And then you see at the host podium, there are 3 figures.
uh-oh.
A slender woman, a very, very small gnome, a 4-foot tall thing,
We got that lucky.
and the gnome is going, "What do you mean we're already here? No, we are the Smiths. What are you talking about? What is the meaning of this? Are you trying to tell me that the owners of Fantasy Hot Cheetos can't get a table at the Golden Sturgeon? I am going to run this place. Do you know the connections I have? Do you know what I could do to this restaurant?" And the man behind the podium is very scared. And
Is it Jarvis?
what?
Is it Jarvis?
Oh, it's Jarvis. He's horrified. He is like crying.
It's been a bad day for him.
It's been a really
man.
bad day for Jarvis.
On
And
Put out for Jarvis.
here's what happens. He's looking at these 3 Smiths, and then he turns back to you guys, and he sees the other Smiths, you guys, and then he turns back to the real Smiths, turns to you guys, and then he just runs and jumps out the window. He just like his brain overloads, and he's like, no, and he just runs outside and jumps out of the window, and you could see the host like, what? And he immediately turns, and you can see this like anger on his face.
What's happening in the rest of the restaurant at this point?
They're all like dead silent. Like all the cutlery, like cutting food, all the owls have stopped, and they are just looking at you, and all you can hear is just the angel peeing into the fountain. That's all you can hear is just this
Angels.
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 And the host goes, "Who are you people?" Well,
I wink at
We're
him.
the Smiths.
you're the Smiths. Are
I
you?
lick my lips at him.
Sir, you're making me very uncomfortable. And the Smiths seem to be right over there. So one of you is clearly not the real Smiths.
Well, that's weird.
Then we'll prove it.
Why are there
Then we'll
two
prove
of
it.
us?
Then we'll prove it.
How exactly do you plan to prove it?
What
Tell me
means
how
do
you plan to
suggest?
prove it. And he claps his hands, and two huge buff dudes in tuxedos just block the door. And he
Oh
goes,
no.
Tell me how you plan to prove it.
I pull out 2
We won't.
coins.
I touch Flim Flam's hand and put it down slowly.
We will prove it in the truest Smith fashion. A dance-off.
Yes. Flaming hot Cheetos makes our flaming hot feet flaming hot fast.
And-
Wait, Jesse has the Cheetos. Gabs has the Cheetos.
Yeah.
We carry Cheetos on us.
Is that relevant?
Pull them out and eat them. That's a power move.
The waiter turns to the real Smiths, and he looks at them, and then he turns back to you guys. And then he turns to the Smiths, and he goes, Do you guys dance? Is that what? And he's just so flustered. And he's
You
like,
got yourself a dance-off then! Screams Global. He pulls out a guitar and throws it to the nearest server. He says, give us something to dance to.
Global, drop that beat.
Okay, this is great. Okay, the Smiths are like, kind of like, they're very rigid people. Like, you can see that they're like, what the heck is going on?
That's gonna happen.
And the host goes, I mean, do you consent? And he looks at the real Smiths, and they go, no, of course we don't. And before they can finish, the people in the restaurant have made a dance circle around you.
Yeah.
And they're pushing the real Smiths in, and they're chanting, and a waiter is playing the guitar, and he's playing like a freaking sick beat on the guitar.
Oh, man.
And it's time for you guys to freaking throw down dance style.
Flim Flam grabs a wine glass and gets ready to spit rhymes.
Why'd you grab a wine glass?
That's my microphone.
Oh.
Also champagne.
Of course.
Wait, it's not a rap battle.
It's not a rap
It is
battle.
now.
All right.
Dude, are you kidding?
They kind of like, they you can tell they look very, very uncomfortable, and they kind of like line up, and they're like, I mean, okay, I guess if we're gonna do this, we're gonna freaking do this. And you can see like the gnome is kind of like doing stretches, and it's kind of like talking, and you can see like, oh, he kind of knows what he's freaking doing. So what are you guys gonna do? What's the next course of action here? You've just challenged them to a dance battle, and it's worked.
We should
So
discuss.
what's happening now?
dance.
Do a quick team huddle.
Huddle up, team.
Team, I suggest we open with a Sharks versus the Jets finger snap.
Yes, okay, yes.
Perfect.
We start with that, and then I
Um,
say we send out our strongest dancer first.
Obviously.
Blim,
Blam.
Blim Blam. No, Blim Blam's got all the moves. I've got the brains. He's got the body.
Where's Blim Blam?
He's in the fountain, but the fountain's in the building. He'll be there.
He'll be there?
He'll be there, man.
Can I count on Blim Blam?
You can count on freaking Blim Blam.
All right, and then
Sorry.
I'll go after him, and then Global, can you bring us home?
Yeah, you got it, Melody.
All right, on the count of 3, we are the Smiths.
We are the real Smiths.
You're the Aerosmiths.
One, 2,
2,
3.
3.
We are the real Smiths.
Smiths.
Great. And with that, the dance battle starts. And one of the waiters is he's playing guitar, and another one kind of has like set up like a drum rig with like some buckets and some pans, and he's banging on them, and he's making a beat, and it's like it's going hard, and like the crowd's like really into it, and you guys lead with your little jets, the snap thingies, and then your first dancer steps up, which is Blim Blum.
Blim Blum just freaking shreds through the crowd. He's just out there. His little 2 legs are pumping. He does he tries to do a front flip, kind of doesn't land the front flip. He gets up real quick, and that's when he starts, because he has no legs. Yeah, I mean, he has no arms. He just has 2 legs. He starts doing that Irish polka dance.
Okay.
You know, where the legs just like flop out from underneath you, like point straight out.
Yes.
And then you do a little hop.
Yeah.
Just that.
Oh my gosh, perfect.
Throws in some pirouettes in there.
Could you roll on behalf of Blim Blum? And because I love that so much, could you give it advantage?
17, baby.
Oh man, the crowd's going freaking wild. They're going nuts. They're watching a tiny dragon do a polka dance. Never seen this before. They're ways of their snotty lives, their snotty rich lives are melting away. Their hearts are growing 3 times their size. Dancing, and they're like, maybe there's more to life. Surgeons and hymns. And that's like really gotten them warmed up. Next, what's next on your little dance team?
Melody steps up. Little does her partners know, but she's actually been taking clogging lessons since she was a child. So she starts. So she starts the number with a traditional Holland clogging dance.
So with her clog shoes on?
Yes.
Of course, she has her clog shoes with her.
Why not?
And she does a.
Can we get a clog check?
It's a fancy restaurant. You wear your clogs.
Yeah, if only you had like a traditional, clothing item.
Kilt. Breaks out the kilt. And she's tearing it up. The audience is loving it. Like, she's loving it. And then she attempts to do a flip into the fountain as the finale. Can I roll for that?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Since you have props and I love this so much, I'm also going to give you advantage. So roll d20 plus your dexterity, because it's kind of like an acrobatic kind of move.
I was 16 plus 3, so that's a 19.
Yeah, you freaking do it. And you can see, it's like footloose in here. Like, they're like, maybe we shouldn't have outlawed dancing. They're like, this is great. And they start joining in. They're like, this is amazing. And it's just like, they're getting freaking hyped. They've been warmed up by Blim Blum, and then this act just kind of pushed it a little over the limit. And then for the big old finale, Global, what you doing, buddy?
Global pulls out a full drum kit out of his infinite instrument bag, hands it to another waiter. They happen to know how to play it. They add to the groove. Great. Things are getting real. Global steps up. He's in the center. Everyone's kind of like, oh, fuck. It's like murmuring. Global does the Michael Jackson stand on his tiptoes. It activates the cloak of billowing. And an amazing killer start from the beginning. And he starts dancing his heart out. He does some twirls. He does some whirring. Even though he's little, it still looks pretty cool. And then for his final move, he walks up to the Smiths and he does the arms out, like,
oh, like the
free out, and then he backs up.
Oh man.
Wait, real quick question. The cloak is human sized, right? We established that?
It's too big for me, yeah.
Can anyone in the audience see these moves, or are they just like imagining?
No, they can see him. It's billowing so hard that it's kind of like flapping in the wind, so you can see his.
It's like how you can see through a helicopter blade.
It's so moving fast. At supersonic speed, so you can see right through it. Jesse, could you? I'm giving you advantage too, because it's just too good. So please roll a d20.
What does advantage even mean?
It means you roll it twice and then take the higher roll.
Oh.
Add your dexterity to it.
Okay. Okay, the higher roll was a 20. And my dexterity is +3. So I got a 23.
Wreck them.
Okay. So here's what happens here. You do this move, and everyone bursts into tears. They burst into tears, and they're all tearing. And before the other Smiths even go, they rush to the center of the dancing circle, and they lift you up onto their shoulders.
Woo!
And they're cheering, "Real Smiths! Real Smiths! Real Smiths!" And the big bulky waiters have to like break it up. And they have to be like, "All right, everyone calm down. We have to at least see what the other side is going to do." And so they they freaking break it up. And the other Smiths are looking horrified because they're like, "How in the world do we follow that?" And so they get into it, and everyone's kind of still rooting for you. They're still cheering for you. And the other Smiths really get into it, and they all go up together, and they do like a wave type of thing where they all connect their arms and they like pop and lock, and it looks a little cheesy. You're like, this is like something you do at a football stadium. And then the little gnome steps up first, and he just starts straight break dancing. He gets on the floor, and he like does like a head spin, and he like starts like straight up break dancing. And he does this not very well because he rolled a 12. He like successfully does it, but you can see like he's struggling, like his core is not like strong enough to keep him up. So he like kind of falls, and you can hear him like, and he like struggles to keep it up. And some people are like, "Oh, woo, it's cool." And then the person that looks like Flim Flam is up next, and he does the worm.
No, copy.
Go all in. He sees that his other friend didn't kind of work it out very well, and so he tries to do the worm, and he gets an 18. So he's doing it pretty well. He's making up for some lost ground. The people are kind of starting to come back. They're like, "Okay, these guys got some groove too. These guys can kind of bust a move as well," and it's kind of getting to a close match. It's really depending on what this next person can do. And so this person that looks like eerily identical to Melody walks into the center of the dance circle. And
I take Melody aside. I say, "Melody, what are we gonna do? Do you think she'll be good enough to stop us, or should we do something to intervene?"
Melody suggests that we should call on the 30 hawks in the area to come and poop on this Melody lookalike before she begins to dance.
I think it's a good idea.
Let it be known, Flim Flam is ready to start rapping at any moment.
Hey,
he says those words out loud.
Hey, could you roll for that one? Could you roll for that hawk poop, please?
You got a 10?
Yeah, that's gonna like couple hawks come, and you're inside a building. So the force of the poop, it hits. There's like a skylight, and you can see like some poop like hit the ceiling, but it's not enough. It's not enough to break through that skylight, and she's not deterred. She is like, "You tried to stop me. I'm gonna freaking go in on this dance." And she starts out with like a backflip corkscrew, and she lands, and then she's gonna attempt to do like a bunch of like acrobatics, and then go up to the waiter and kind of like seduce him, kind of like, "We're the Smiths. Here's a flaming hot Cheeto," like kind of like.
What? I knew it. I knew the Cheetos would come in.
That's what she's gonna attempt to do. Let's see how
I could have seduced the waiter.
Not well.
Yay!
It doesn't turn out well.
What did you roll?
She rolled a 3. So,
Oh, he like assaulted this man.
okay, here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what happens. She goes and she's like looking like at you guys like you guys are freaking done. Like, look what I'm about to do. And she goes and she does her backflip corkscrew, and she lands. And what had happened was when Blim Blum came out to do his dance, he was in the fountain. And when he came out of the fountain, he took some water with him. And so this water on the tile floor, really slippery. And so she does this corkscrew and she lands and she looks like almost angelic as she's coming down. She's like, look at me, I'm so great. And her foot hits the ground and she instantly slips. And you hear her go, oh! And she...
like a robot.
She sounds like a burly man.
Yeah, and her hair is like all disheveled and she's like... and she kind of like gets up and she scuttles over to the host and she goes, Smith, and she just kind of like hands him a Cheeto. And
Can we give her one of the ibuprofen?
I mean, if you want to.
Points at her.
But like pretty much what happens here is like the crowd goes crazy and they start like rioting. They're like, these people need to get out of here.
Big Smith.
And they all pick up the other Smiths and they throw them out of the building. And then as soon as they hit the ground outside the Golden Sturgeon, you see some poop, some hawk land on each of their heads.
Enough.
And the dance battle is over, and
we emerge
completely
from
victorious.
The golden
and the host bows and goes, "That was the greatest thing I've ever seen." And you guys get to leave, having eaten your meal free of charge.
We're the freaking Smith.
Real Smith.
That's it. That's the end of this section.
Perfect. And we forwarded the plot too. That's the best part.
Did we?